And
Okay, ready? Here's the audience.
Okay. According to the Nova documentary, the Ebola Crisis began with a young boy in West Africa who suddenly became ill and unexplainably died. Soon his family, as well as the village, became ill and all died. Unexplainably, they all passed away, and this illness has now claimed the lives of thousands. This illness is known as Ebola, and it is now the newest enemy we face today. Good afternoon. My name is Nicole Moret, and I am going to be informing y'all about Ebola. Ebola is no longer simply a threat in Africa. It is slowly spreading worldwide, and it's reached the U.S. soil, and now everyone's at risk. Ebola is a deadly disease that has the ability to grow into a worldwide epidemic and claim the lives of millions. I will be discussing what Ebola is, how Ebola is spread, and the efforts being made to treat and control it. To start off, I will explain what Ebola is. According to the World Health Organization, Ebola is also known as the Ebola virus disease, or EVD, and is a severe, often fatal illness in humans. Ebola is named after the Ebola River, nearby where the young boy died, nearby that village. The current outbreak in West Africa is the largest and most complex outbreak since it was found and discovered in 1976. Symptoms include fever of 101.5 degrees Fahrenheit, severe headache, muscle ache, weakness of the body, diarrhea, vomiting, stomach upset, and unexplained hemorrhages. Symptoms may appear anywhere from 2 to 21 days after exposure to someone ill, average is about 8 to 10 days. The U.S. Center of Disease and Control released a report Tuesday estimating 500,000 to 1.5 million will be estimated to be sick and die in Liberia and Sierra Leone alone by the end of January. The World Health Organization reports 6,000 are already sick and that 3,000 have already passed away from this illness in West Africa. Next, I'll explain a little bit about how Ebola is spread. Ebola is spread through contact with bodily fluids of an infected person. It is introduced into the human population through close contact with the blood, secretion, organs, and other bodily fluids of infected animals. These animals include fruit bats, chimpanzees, gorillas, and other animals that are found ill or dead in the rainforest. Many persons living in West Africa, however, eat these as part of their daily diet, and so many of them have ingested it, and that's how it is thought to have began and spread. It's thought that somebody had eaten a young fruit fly bat, which is known as a carrier because it does not get ill, and they contracted the Ebola, and it began the spread that is the epidemic in West Africa today. There's also a ritual in Africa where they have to wash the bodies before they are buried, and this spreads bodily fluids, and that increases the spread in Africa. But finally, I'm going to discuss how we're trying to prevent the spread of Ebola. There are many organizations aiding the fight against Ebola, however, there is no known cure currently. There are many precautions we can take to prevent it. This includes reducing the interactions between wildlife to human interactions of those that are thought to be ill. Consuming raw meat is not supposed to happen. Reducing the risk of human-to-human transfer and transmission from contact of possibly infected people. Outbreak containment measures including prompt and safe burial of infected bodies, identifying people who may have been in contact with somebody with Ebola, and monitoring their health for 21 days. Also important, hygiene is important, as well as a clean environment. In conclusion, everyone could potentially be at risk for Ebola. It is a serious disease that has claimed the lives of thousands in West Africa and has now made its way to countries including the U.S., where we heard of a few outbreaks in Texas and a few casualties there too. The risk of getting Ebola increases every day, but we can decrease our chances of getting Ebola by becoming more informed of the disease and ways to prevent it. Thank you for listening.
I don't know how to stop it.